This week on The Insider, a student who is literally one in a million, another student with an unusual talent, and we'll tell you about some new high-tech classes. The Insider begins now. Sometimes one story leads to another. Before the break, we asked some students about their plans for Thanksgiving, and one response got our attention.
I'm a quadruplet, so now that we're all 21, we get to, go have a couple beers with each other and, have a good time.
Yes, Jeremy Gerlich is a quadruplet. We did some research and found out that quads are born once in every 729,000 pregnancies. The Insider's Ashley Garlington spoke with Jeremy about his very unique family.
Hi, we're here today with Jeremy Gerlich, who is a junior at Chestnut Hill College and one of 4 quadruplets. You have 3 other siblings?
Yes, I have a sister and 2 brothers. When we were born, we were all very tiny and very premature. I was 1.5 pounds and my siblings were less than 2 pounds. And it was very interesting growing up with each other. We were very close in the beginning. We were raised very close. We were in the same classes together all through middle school. And it was just a great bonding experience. I'd like to say it's a great life experience being quadruplets.
Now I know 1 child is enough for 2 parents, but how was 4?
It was definitely a difficult situation to go through because a lot of the work she had to do by herself. Financially, we had to have support from family and friends, and my mom has been blessed to have a great family.
And do you and your siblings see yourselves living close to each other?
We've always told each other that we wanted to be close, but it seems like whenever we're close to each other, we sort of go our own separate ways. And I feel that if we live separate from each other, then when we do go close to each other, when we do get special gatherings like Thanksgiving and Christmas, it'll be much more beneficial and much more rewarding when we're together.
And would you want to have quads of your own?
Sometimes I say no, but at the end of the day, I really would, and I would love to have 4 girls. And just because I think, it'd just be a wonderful experience.
Well, thank you for coming in today and sharing with us.
Well, you're welcome. It's been a pleasure.
Okay, back to you guys.
Now, we got talent and a special skill that will break into a few segments. Our own Paige Rivera is an expert at styling hair and creating special looks. Here's Paige with more.
Hi, I'm Paige Rivera and I'm here with Jackie, and as you can see, Jackie has fine and straight hair. So what I'm going to do for Jackie today is I'm going to curl her hair and give her body a bounce. And you watching, I'm going to show you watching step by step so you too can give your hair body and bounce. So today, all I'm going to be using is this comb, these flat irons, and a scrunchie to hold the hair. It's just that simple. You don't really need that many utensils. So what I'm doing now is making sure that each piece of hair gets a lot of heat. That's the key, that you want to make sure that it gets heat. That way it retains the curls better. And we'll be back later with an update on Jackie's hair.
We'll check with Paige and Jackie in a few minutes. First, we've all heard of hybrid cars. Now there are also hybrid classes here at CHC. Hybrid meaning half traditional classroom setting and half online. The Insider's Mary Lee Gallagher spoke with 2 pioneering professors.
Today I am here with Professor Suzanne Delgazeau and Professor Susan McGee, and they're going to tell us a little bit about hybrid courses and their experience teaching. So first of all, would you guys like to tell us what exactly is a hybrid course?
What happens is a significant portion of the class time is now shifted so that students are going to work independently. And they are primarily going to do this using the Blackboard system, and they'll be pointed to outside multimedia resources on the web. So now you might only be meeting, instead of Tuesday and Thursday, just on Tuesday. But you don't get the day off. That's the really important thing for students to understand in a hybrid course, is that it's a shift in the way that the course is taught and that the way that you're learning.
Now, what made the college decide to embrace the idea of hybrid courses?
Well, I think that there's just an increasing awareness of the importance of technology as a new form of communication, a new form of relationship. and the need to expose students to professional use of technology, not just Facebook or social networking, before they leave the college, since it's going to dominate their professional lives, the use of technology with their colleagues in the workplace. The most important point about a hybrid is that students have to realize that they're going to have a greater responsibility for the material in the class, and that it will be, as I kept saying in an article interview I did for the Griffin, there's no place to hide. If you haven't done the reading in a traditional class, you can shake your head at me and smile, and I might think you've done the reading. But in a hybrid class, because you either have to write something or produce something from the reading, if you've not done the reading, it becomes incredibly obvious to me.
What are the college's goals and aspirations for the existence of the hybrid course?
Our goal is that we would like to see every student have at least one hybrid course before they leave Chestnut Hill College. Hybrid courses develop those soft skills that employers are really looking for, which is the ability to communicate effectively online, and hopefully we'll have a hybrid in every department.
Yeah, and I would also add to that, in addition to the educational goals, it's also an attempt on the part of the college to meet the shift in the way students experience their education, the fact that a lot of students work, that a lot of students have other obligations beyond their experience in college, and so this gives them some degree of flexibility in their education that they might not otherwise have. So I think it's also an acknowledgement of that shift in higher education.
Okay, well, I want to thank you both so much for coming in and sharing your experience about hybrid courses with us.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah, we love talking about hybrid courses, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in a hybrid course in the future.
Well, hopefully the college and students will embrace the fever and decide to take a hybrid course. Back to the studio.
Mary Lee also spoke with some students who have taken a hybrid course. But first, let's check in with Paige.
So what I've been doing now is mainly working in the back, and I'm starting to work my way up in the front. And what I'm giving her is a really tight curl, and I'm combing it out to give her more of a wave effect. So now I'm starting all the way at the root so I can get as much curl as possible. And I want to go really slow, so like I mentioned before, each piece of hair can get a lot of heat so it can retain the curl. And then I'm going to comb it out to give it more of a wave effect. And I'm going to continue doing this throughout the front and the back of her hair. And we'll be back later with an update.
Back to you later, Paige. Hybrid courses are just getting started here at Chestnut Hill College, and here are 3 students with first-hand experience.
So guys, how's your experience been with a hybrid course?
It was actually really nice, and it provided a really good break in my schedule. Since it's a hybrid course, you only actually have to go to the class once a week, and then your second day of class, you're doing all of your work at home, so it made for a nice change in schedule.
What hybrid course did you take?
I took Dr. Delguzzo's American Poetry class, and that was sort of an interesting experience for me because I'm not one who's known for time management and organization, so having that one day off to really get yourself together was really good. And it was fun. It was interesting to actually get into a subject that I really liked and kept me attached pretty much the whole semester.
I had a pretty good experience because I'm a commuter and I live 2 hours away, so it was really good to be able to stay home and get my work done at home on one of the days of the week. So,
would you recommend that a student take a hybrid course?
Yeah, I would. I mean, especially if they're a commuter, or if they have good time management skills, or if they're going to get into the communications field. It's good to learn how to really communicate with people online more, because that's kind of how the world of work is now.
And now, back to Paige for her final look at her masterpiece.
As you can see, I'm not quite done here, but her hair does have curls, and you can see where I'm going with the style. So let's take a look at Jackie a few moments ago. With her hair, it was straight, it was fine, not a lot of body. And now she has curls, she has waves, she has bounce, and she has body. It really is my passion. I love to do hair, just transforming people, giving them a totally different look, and, giving them styles that they probably couldn't imagine themselves with before. And I just really like it. It's just something I like to do in my free time. That's really about it. So thank you for watching, and back to Shannon.
And that's it for this week. The semester's running short, so take a break from your studying and show us your talent. See you all next week.